I'm Kay, and we are
the FI Resellers. And this month has definitely been win some, lose some, and this past week was a win some week. We had an amazing week, so we are going to show you some of our best sales, and then we're going to share our numbers and an update on our investment. So you'll want to stay tuned for the whole video so that you don't miss anything.
Yep.
We sold this coat by Nanette Lepore, and it's this nice pea coat. The only flaw that it had is that it has this like loose chain here. It's a little bit pilly, but it's a really, really nice coat. It has almost like a chevron pattern here, but very cute. It has the belt and everything still. And so this sold for $56 on Poshmark. I sent out 20% offers on Poshmark today, so made quite a few sales there. We are trying really hard this week to have lots of good sales, so I'm hoping that, you know, this starts our week off really nicely. And this is also a wool blend. So wool blends, cashmere blends, all of those sorts of things, that makes for, you know, really high quality material, means that you can demand a higher price. So that was what was going into this. I have had this listed for a while. I think I listed it after kind of winter last year, but really happy to get it sold. It's kind of strange that I'm selling, you know, such a heavy coat in August, but someone must be preparing for some colder weather. So our next sale is these Mephisto boots. Mephisto is a pretty good brand. It's kind of similar usually to like Birkenstock, but these obviously are very different than Birkenstocks. These are Gore-Tex boots, so they are waterproof. They're really stylish. I feel like these are very like a very classic style. Like they're always going to be, you know, in style. So I picked these up and I was excited to find them. I listed them originally at $40, and today they sold for $36 on a 20% offer on Poshmark, so really excited about that. And these are in really nice condition. They have like hardly any wear on the bottom, and you know, the material is in pretty good condition. So really excited about this sale. I hope that the person really likes them. I think these are like perfect for winter and fall, you know, all the kind of dreary days and stuff. So these are perfect for that, and especially I feel like these would be great if you lived in the city and like walked a lot out in the different weather. So really excited to send these off, and I hope that the buyer loves them.
So we sold this lot of 5 Martini Glasses by Willem. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, basically,
as soon as you said it, I thought, I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it.
We're going to show you along the way how we're going to try to safely get this to the buyer. So
we're really nervous. Yeah. We're really nervous. These are very delicate Martini glasses.
Take a look at this. This is the base of it. It's basically bedding, the padding.
Yeah, like foam mattress.
Yeah,
a foam mattress.
We've got quite a lot of it, and so we're going to use that as a base and put one layer at the top as well. But we also have a lot of this paper. So
yeah, we have a ton of this paper.
The filler paper for packing. So we're going to do as best of a job we can and get it under 5 pounds. I read online that basically what you do is fill in the void of the Martini glass first. So kind of stuff it in there and then also wrap it. So we're going to have one piece here and one large piece around there. And then I'm going to wrap it one more time to give it a lot of space. Basically what we've got here is the third one wrapped. I taped it and it looks kind of like a cylinder. So you can imagine just all of this paper around the Martini glass. We're going to do this for all 5 of them, and then also kind of construct a few spacers, kind of like you might see in cases of beer or wine cases. And so that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to make sure they have enough space to kind of move independently, but also not be too rigid. It's kind of like an in-between, try to balance that as best as we can. So what we've done here is actually wrap this a 4th time. So there are 4 sheets with each single Martini glass. We've put one more filler paper at the bottom. We've put these surrounding here just to make it rigid. We're going to put some more filler on top, and then we're going to put one more padding on the very top as well. We filled pretty much all the gaps, and so we're pretty confident in this. I misquoted you when I said that we would get this around 5 pounds. We've actually overshot that and done around 8 to 9 pounds. Probably just gonna do 10 pounds because it's UPS, and it costs the same as 6 pounds, 7 pounds anyway. So it doesn't really matter all that much if it's going UPS. So one of the reasons why I did this near the same height is not to only give this some padding on the inside and separate it from the middle piece right here, but to also give it some height so that this is rigid at the top. So when you fold the tops in, it won't collapse down so easily. And so something to keep in mind there, it should work out well. We're obviously going to buy insurance, but this is also video proof. You know, do a video of something like this just to cover yourself. You know, it just makes sense. And hopefully this has been a good learning opportunity. So this is what it looks like. It ain't exactly pretty, but it'll do the job. We're very confident in it.
All right, we're gonna pause here for a bit and say that those Willem glasses sold for $150. Originally, many months ago in May, we sold them for $300, and then the buyer canceled after we had shipped or gotten everything to ship. And so we just left the box there as is for a few months, and then it finally sold. You know, all the dimensions and all the weight was the same. So we just shipped it off, and this is our profit. So pretty good as far as, you know, $10 goes, but 300 versus 150, you know, it's a really big loss. But at the same time, we're happy to unload this and get this really huge box out of our house. And we got confirmation from the buyer that it got there safely. So we're good there. So very good win for us.
Okay, so we sold this Tory Birch wristlet, and it's in really nice condition. And we love picking up Tory Birch, especially, this is the first time we found like a Tory Birch bag. We've picked up her shoes, we've picked up clothes by Tory Birch, but this one was really nice. I couldn't find the style name. I looked up, you know, at different wristlets that she had, but I couldn't find the exact style name on this one. But I was, you know, just happy to pick it up, and this sold for $50 plus shipping, which was really great. Sold in just a couple of days, which was awesome. So really excited for this sale. I was glad that I priced it at $50. I think that that was pretty fair for this item. And that was about what other people had priced theirs for. If they had the exact style name, they, you know, could command a little bit of a higher price because people knew exactly what they were getting. But really happy with $50. We picked this up from the bins. Super lightweight, so probably paid about $2 for it.
We've got these boots by Kenny Rogers. They're kind of nice. I don't know if this is actually part of the design, this distressing with all this black. Kenny Rogers boots, not exactly super well known, but I did the comps when we were at the bins and they seem to be doing pretty well. We sold these for $36, so for something from the bins, $36, we'll take that any day. And as most boots go, there is the style number on the inside, so usually pretty easy to look up. And as I think about this distressing or whatever this is, we couldn't clean it up. And you know, when you consider people who wear boots, their jeans will sometimes go on the inside, but often jeans go over this, you know, ankle part. So it doesn't really matter that this area is distressed or, you know, black like that. But overall, that's something to consider when you're picking up boots as well. It's not something that a lot of people care about. When you look at the bottom of these, it does look like it's part of the design, but overall it's whatever. But we're happy to take $36 for these. Our first time getting Arcteryx was in a thread-up rescue box, the men's one, and these were capris, pretty nice hiking capris, size 36, and they sold for $35 plus shipping on Facebook Marketplace. So not bad. This is the Arcteryx, I think, something like that, and that's why the brand is Arcteryx. So be on the lookout for that logo if you ever see it, and this tag, that's the name of it. It's a really well-known and well-sought-after brand. Just for a pair of capris, not much of anything, $35, we'll take it. The other thing with this brand is it's very much well-known for its jackets, and those jackets do crazy amounts of money. So be on the lookout, make sure you're picking these up for the right price. And even if they're kind of expensive, they do command a great resale price. So just, you know, do your comps, obviously, but definitely be on the lookout for this brand for sure.
Okay, so here we have a huge Express puffer coat, and Express is not a brand that we usually pick up, but this coat is seriously like the Michelin Man, like so puffy. It can't even fit into the frame, but that was the reason I picked it up, is that it was just so puffy. I figured, you know, it's gotta be super warm, and I feel like I see celebrities wearing these type of coats that are like, I don't even know, I was trying to find like what's like the key word for this type of coat, like marshmallow coat, I don't know. but I couldn't find anything, so I put like super puffer, something like that, and it found the right buyer because they paid $50 plus shipping for this coat. And pretty crazy that they're buying it in August, but I guess they want to be prepared for winter. And it's down stuffed, so that definitely added to the value of it. But this coat was also in really nice condition, so that was also another thing that added value to it. But a lot of express stuff, you know, like the pants and the shirts, they sell for very little. So it's just a basic fall brand, but this was a super nice item from that brand, so that's why it sold pretty well.
All right, so I basically stuffed this entire down jacket into a large mailing box, just a regular USPS large mailing box, and it looks like it's gonna do pretty well. We're gonna put a little bit of like tissue paper on top just to make it kind of a little nicer, so when the buyer opens it up, they'll at least see the tissue paper. That's pretty much it. We're going to ship it out like this. It's going to stuff down. You know, it compresses very well because it is down, it's puffer coat, so we're not too worried about it.
Okay, so we sold this Neiman Marcus cashmere turtleneck sweater dress, and if you know anything about us, you know that we pick up pretty much all cashmere, and as King always says, cashmere equals cash-mere. He loves that joke, has to say it every time we say cashmere. But really excited for this sale. It sold for $30 plus shipping, which was really great. I had it listed originally at $40 and accepted an offer. Maybe I sent down an offer for $30. But either way, really happy with this. It is a little bit fuzzy, so it, you know, could have maybe gone for more if it was in perfect condition, but really happy with this sale, and I hope that the buyer really likes it. I think that this is a really nice dress. I kind of wish it had stuck around until winter because I would have worn it, but there's not really that many opportunities to wear a cashmere dress in winter in Texas. Maybe like 2 days, but oh well, hopefully it's going someplace cooler.
So a little while ago, we sold all these Dyson parts and a lot, and now we've got this one parted out as well, where it's got the motor head, the canister, and this battery, and it sold for about 45 bucks. So pretty happy about this, considering it's technically also broken in this part right here. We made sure to disclose it, but we saw that a lot of these were going pretty well for parts anyway. Be sure to be on the lookout for Dyson stuff. All of the Dyson stuff goes for pretty good money, and when you part it out, and similar to this, it'll probably go for quite a bit.
Okay, so here we have a vintage Eddie Bauer raincoat, and it's in this really nice green color with this nice mustard interior. You can tell it's just really well made. It's one of those older styles that, you know, they just don't make them like they used to type things, and this is definitely one of those things. And so I was really excited when this sold today. It actually sold to a buyer who had bought another Eddie Bauer jacket but decided that he likes this one better, so this is the one he's going with, and we canceled the other order. This one sold for more. This one sold for $40 plus shipping, so almost $50. The buyer was all in, which is really great, and we've had it for a while now, so pretty excited to get this out.
All right, so this one was nice and unexpected. We sold 4 of these little memory cards where it's for the Janome sewing machine, and all of these have these nice little designs for embroidery. And funny enough, we've had it for a little while, and we priced it up because each individual one was going for about $15 or $20. Lotted it up, and we sold all of them for about $50. So pretty happy about this, considering this costs next to nothing at the bins. It's actually really fun to pick up something like this because it's kind of in the media area of the bins where all the books have been thrown around, and you kind of just don't know exactly what you're gonna get from there. So dug around quite a lot to find all 4 of these, but when I looked it up, I was happily surprised, and sure enough, it went for quite a bit.
Here we have a lot of little Tik Tok House pieces. We have a family minus, I believe that this set actually should have come with like a baby, but couldn't find the baby when I was at the bins. But this was all the things I could find. I've got, you know, the sandbox, I've got some things from the kitchen, some things from, you know, kind of outside, the slide and the picnic table, and then this cozy coupe version. And so I was really excited to find these at the bins. I immediately recognized what they were because I'd seen some posts about, you know, how these things can go for good money. And I actually grew up with this dollhouse, so I had a lot of these pieces. I don't think we did not have the sandbox, and I don't know that we had that picnic table, but we had all these other pieces. I was able to recognize what it was and find the different pieces in the bin. Know that I didn't really miss anything because I kind of knew what I was looking for. So really excited to send this out. It sold for $30 plus shipping, and I just listed it today. So definitely I underpriced it a little bit, but some of these items have, you know, some wear on them. They've got like some scratches and stuff, so it's not in perfect condition. It's not collectors, you know, but it is kind of a random conglomeration of different pieces, so might have something that someone is looking for.
We have this perfect box here, and what we're just going to do is put a little bit of craft paper to settle it in so that it doesn't move too much. As you can see, it's not really moving all that much anyway, but we want to make sure that it doesn't bang around as it's being transported. But otherwise, it is hard plastic, so it's pretty durable. Not really all that much to shipping something like this out.
Okay, so here we have a pair of Justin boots, and they are the lace-up kind, which we've had a really good luck with lace-up Justin boots and Ariat boots and, you know, other kinds of Western style boots, but these are sort of Western, but sort of not. They're just a really cool style. They are really nice on the leather. There is some wear on the sole, but you know, not too much. And so we sold these for $40 on Poshmark. I actually don't know where we got them. I think maybe I bought them for myself, but I don't remember doing that, so I'm really unsure. But anyway, this little thing here that Kang is showing is called a kiltie, Kiltie. And so that is a keyword that you want to put in when you have boots like this, or like loafers and things like that. That can be a keyword that people are looking for. It is a really cool detail on these. Here we have a Land's End grandpa sweater. The reason I picked this up was that it reminded me of an Irish sweater. So if you know anything about those that are made in Ireland, that are made out of wool and are like super warm, they can go for really good money. So I figured this was kind of similar. It is wool and nylon, and I priced it up pretty high. I priced it originally at around $50 and then lowered the price a little bit, and someone bought it outright for $46. And this is definitely a vintage piece from Land's End and just a really cool, well-made item. So I knew it could command a good price, but I've had it for a little while and people had kind of been lowballing me on it, but I held firm and it sold today. $46 on Poshmark, which is great. We are excited to be getting into fall. It seems like some higher dollar items are selling some of our more substantial pieces, which is a nice, you know, benefit of fall and winter compared to spring and summer. You know, some of the bigger pieces out of our inventory and, you know, higher price as well. So we had a lot of great sales, but overall we had just a lot of sales this past week. We sold 54 items for a gross revenue of $1,629.65. Our cost of goods was $122.72. On eBay, we sold 24 items for $533.32. Poshmark, we sold 21 items for $313.10. On Facebook Marketplace, we sold 9 items for $159.77. So in total, our net profit was $1,006.19.
Ooh,
so
huge difference compared to last week.
I know, huge difference. So it's actually funny that we sold 54 items this week because last week we sold 16. So together that makes 70, which is the number that we listed over the past 2 weeks. So it's kind of funny how those things kind of even out. So when you have a bad week, you might have a good week next. And, you know, it just kind of all evens out in the end. We did a couple of things this week that helped us on, you know, get those sales. On Poshmark, I sent 20% offers to everyone. On Facebook Marketplace, I had a 20% sale going on. On eBay, I also had a sale, but I don't think we actually got any sales from our sale, from the sale items. So
It's kind of weird.
I know.
And at the same time, we had over $500 of profits on eBay.
Yeah.
So that made up the entire week, and then everything else was just gravy.
Right, exactly. So we had a really great weekend just in general. So the weekend, we, you know, had a lot of sales. And then during the week, we continued on that. We thought kind of, oh, this weekend was really good. It will probably die down over the week, but it didn't really do that. So it just goes to show you that, you know, some weeks are good, some weeks are bad. Even if you basically are doing the same thing, you might change things here and there. And, you know, even those small little changes can make a difference. But sometimes you just kind of have to, you know, kind of ride the waves a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Exactly. So last week was kind of the lowest of the low, and this week is kind of the highest of the high, considering we're still the part-time situation, and our original goal is usually $500 for whatever we're doing right now. And so the amount of time we've put into this is pretty minimal, and this is a great result for that. As a lot of people say, reselling really is a roller coaster. You know, we hit a dip, the very lowest dip last week, and now we're just soaring way high. So really happy about all the results that we're getting. Okay, now it's time for our segment on building wealth. And as always, we put a little bit of our profits into the total stock market index experiment, and this is how we're doing. So this is the update. It's not really all that different from last week. We're still at about $8,000, whatever. It's fine. It went down just a little bit, which is totally fine too. The ebbs and flows of the stock market. But all in all, this is trending in the right direction. Throughout the week, there were some, increases. And at this point during the weekend, it's down. So we're not too worried about it. I feel like probably in about 3 or 4 months, it's going to be back up in the green. That's just a prediction. This is not investing advice by any means, but I think that that's kind of where it's trending, and it will take that long. So just keep up with us, and we'll show you, as we go each week. The other thing we wanted to talk about with regard to building wealth is that we talked about the Roth IRA last week, and we want to kind of continue this because one of our comments actually made us think about this idea of automating your processes. So as far as putting money into the Roth IRA goes, you could automatically do that each week or every other week whenever you feel like you should be getting paid to do that, so that it's kind of set it and forget it, so that building wealth can be a little more automatic and something that is often said in the financial independence and the personal finance spaces that you should pay yourself first. And to us, that means automatic payments to our investment accounts, setting our 401ks up so that there's a consistent input of at least some money going into that, right? But other than that, we're not actively putting a lot of money into our investments. A lot of it is automatic. And when we think about other things like savings, we do automatically save quite a lot of our money. So if you think about paying yourself first like that, then you have this money set aside for yourself, and then you'll find yourself being more creative with the money that you have left. And to us, that means kind of building a budget, also trying to stay within our means, right? Not spending too much, but also at the same time, we've already saved quite a bit of money so that we're not worrying about it at the end of the month, so that when the bills come up, we know that we've already got the money that we need. And, just on the other side of that, we are looking towards the future, and we know that our future is relatively secure because we have already been investing for quite some time. It's really just set it, forget it, and just let it do its thing. So there you go. Just one more way to build wealth in a little easier way to conceptualize. We do want you to not necessarily do exactly what we say, but kind of just think about things a little differently. That's what this building wealth segment has hopefully done for you, is that it just helps you think about building wealth just a little differently. It might spark something to spark some action to actually help you get some momentum in some way so that you can continue doing what makes you successful.
So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That helps our YouTube channel out a lot. Those thumbs up really are like the secret sauce to a successful YouTube channel. So if you liked this video, hit that button. And if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of our YouTube community. And leave a comment down below how your week has gone. Are you also on the upswing of, ending summer slowdown into that back to school kind of sales? Or were you on the down end of the roller coaster this week? Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to chat with you and hear how your business is going.
Yeah, keep that passion burning, y'all. We're so rooting for you. Hopefully, if you've had some pretty bad sales week, like Camilla said, we just hope that things are on an upswing, and that, we're always rooting for you because we know that things are like a roller coaster. It'll get better, and we're confident about that. And we hope that you're doing well. We'll see you later.
Bye.